Finally taken the 97 triple locked 80 series home to start working on it in the garage. There's going to be tons of videos on the adventures with this thing. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get updates and notifications of when the videos are posted on different things we're tackling on this thing, whether it's cosmetic, interior, mechanical, maintenance. There's lots and lots of work to be done on this guy. It drives well. It's just leaking everything it can possibly leak. And check engine lights on. Don't know why. Airbag lights on. Don't know why. We'll figure it out. And let me show you what all's in the truck from the previous owner. We've got a whole trunk full of stuff. Radiator, spare parts, belts, thermostat, a lot of gaskets, 4 wheels and tires, all kinds of junk back here. My wife's in the 200 series up there. She just dropped me off, so I'm driving the 80 series back to the house. It drives okay. I drove it about 2 hours from San Antonio up to Round Rock, which is just north of Austin, when I bought it a couple of weeks back. And overall, it drives okay. It just needs a lot of love, a lot of maintenance. And check it out up here. Crack, 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 crack. Lots of cracks. The interior is pretty gross. I'm not gonna lie, it smells in here and it's just gross. It needs a deep cleaning. One of my two boys are riding in the 200 series up there with my wife, and one of them wanted to come with me in here. I told him, yeah, no, stay in the other car because it's really gross in here. I don't know where I want to start, whether it's the mechanicals or the interior. I really want to gut the entire interior. Seats, carpet, everything needs to come out of here. It really needs to all be torn out and properly cleaned, so we'll see. I'm gonna decide here over the next day or so where I'm gonna start. Oh look, we've got wobbly mirrors too. That one seems okay. This one, definitely wobbly. I think we've got a problem. I wasn't paying attention to the height of this thing. I don't think it's gonna fit in the garage. Let's go drive it up there and see how it looks. Let's see. All right, so the CB antenna, it's flexible, flop down. Actually, it's not connected to anything. Yeah, it's not wired up. So I'm gonna take that guy off. I can do two things. I can take the roof rack off, and I can deflate the tires. Deflating the tires might get me a couple inches, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think if I take this roof rack off, the truck may fit in the garage. I don't know, maybe, let's see. All right, we've got the roof rack unbolted with those U-bolts. It's kind of leaning forward, as you can see. I'm trying to think how am I going to get this thing off without a second set of hands. I could slide it off the back, but I'm going to damage that wing. Probably off the side and maybe onto the ladder. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe I can slide it off the side and use that ladder as support so it doesn't fall on me. Let's give it a try. Voila! Look at that! It fit. I don't know how, but it fit. I had one of my boys hanging out the door, peeking at the top where the factory roof rack is to see if it would clear or not. So he had eyes on it. But look, that is higher than that ledge right there by, I'd say, at least an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. I think the only way we got in here without the roof rack and the wing hitting the top of the sill where the garage door is because the tires did not go over the ledge, which is about I think about a 1 inch, maybe inch and a half increase in height from there to there. From here to here is a little bit of an incline. So I think what happened is by the time the tires got up that, the roof rack had already cleared, and that's the only way we got in here. Thank you, Lord. It's in here. I think I'm still going to have to deflate the tires to be able to work on this thing without breaking my back. But it's in, and we're gonna start tearing into it sometime over the next few days. So the old LX450 is gone, on to a new owner up in Dallas. It got picked up this morning, and the 97 triple locked Cruiser is here and ready for some love. I've got a couple big drip pans I'm going to stick underneath it where I think most of the oil leaks are. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. And there's the ARB rack sitting here on the side of the garage. Here's a drip pan. Oh, look at that. In case you didn't know what this was, it says drip pan. So I had a lot of leaks around the transmission pan area. I think mostly from the rear main seal, or I don't know what. Everything blowing towards the rear of the truck. So I'm going to put it somewhere around here between the transmission and the rear main seal, and I'm going to see if I can grab a couple more things to grab drips, maybe cardboard or something, until I figure out where all the drips are coming from. And I also need something underneath both sides of the front axle because they're leaking pretty bad, and the front of the engine as well. There's oil coming down from, I don't know, valve cover, front main seal, who knows. We'll get into that. So I'm gonna put some more cardboard under this thing so I don't ruin this carpeted floor we got in the garage. Make sure to subscribe to follow along with another adventure, and hope you enjoy all of these videos. Like, share, subscribe. Love you guys. See you next time.